Hello my dear brothers and sisters in Christ. Right now I'm in the city center in Nijmegen, on the east side of the city center, and here we have the Canisius, the Canisius College, what used to be a boarding school, an all boys boarding school, and in 2000 something it came out that the kids were abused here. And the guy who came forward, who together with a friend of his, he appointed one of the Jesuits, but there were more Jesuits involved. They also admitted to that. He got some money for a payoff if he didn't go to court. And yeah, well, it's like that in every boarding school. Seems like that in the Catholic Church. Maybe not every, but almost every. And they want to pay it off and they want to call it some incident, but it's not incidental, of course. It's systematically abuse of children. That Jesuit is dead now, and this building is not in use anymore as a college. They have a new college way down the road, a new building. They say they don't have anything to do with the Jesuits anymore, but it's a lie, of course. Just like the Catholic University of Nijmegen, they're still in charge of the radio studio and behind the scenes, behind the curtains. They use their Freemasons and all kinds of societies. They are in the boards where the books are being published to see if everything is okay, that the children are learning. And as you can see on these statues, I have a Wikipedia page with me, so I can read for you which statue is what name. I think the left one is, let me see, it's Ignatius, Gonzaga, Borgia and Stanislaus Kostka. I think these are important Jesuits in their lives and in their deceit, in their casuism and in their mental reservation and all kinds of lies and deceit they do. So as you can see, I'm going to go a little bit to the left. It's quite a big place. There used to be 55,000 kids educated here, and one of them was the former Prime Minister Ruud Lubbers. And I told you about Hans van Mierlo, one of the founders of the D66 party. And you can see over there the IHS in hoc signo sign still on top of there, so it's still a Jesuit property, a Vatican property, of course. They're doing some remodeling, so I cannot come really close to it, but I can have a walk around and show you the building. And I have the Wikipedia with me, so I can tell you something about it also. That's on top. Out of this sprang forth the Bergmanium. I think the Jesuits who teach here, they were living in the Bergmanium, what is now the elderly home. And yeah, like most of these old big buildings, they are almost all Catholics. Catholic building, former Catholic buildings, which they can confiscate right immediately if they want to, of course. Those kids, because they see themselves as the rulers of the world. And they are also with the Antichrist Pope. Let's see if I can walk around a little bit. It was a boarding school from 1900 till 1970. There was a gymnasium, a higher business school and a trade school. And it came forward out of the Sitthardian Aloysius College, but because Nijmegen had a better reach, they moved in here. And it was a privilege to go to the school because all the people who could afford this, they went here, and back then it was quite a lot of sum of money to be here as a kid studying. Let me see if I can give some more information. One moment. Oh yeah, in 1960 it cost 4,000 guilders to have an education and to be misused, abused by little priests. Jesuit priests, and they admitted it also. Oh, almost fell down. So I'm gonna have a walk around. I gotta be quick because I'm parked. I'm double parked. No, not double parked. I didn't pay the ticket. Normally when I go somewhere I don't pay the ticket if I don't have to. We already paid taxes for our car and we have to pay extra tickets. It's insane. So the kids used to live in chambrettes, and that were big sleeping rooms, and the only thing between them was a little board, so they had no privacy at all. They have all kinds of extracurricular activities, they had all kinds of sports, and the Jesuit who got outed as a pedophile, he started the scouting movement here. As you know, in scouting there's also a lot of pedophiles walking around in the skies, so they can go with little kids while nobody's paying attention. Also like in sports clubs. This is the front. And nobody doesn't even know. I have a couple of YouTube programs who talk about the abuse of the children. One of the who's a grown man right now, he speaks about it. It's in Dutch. I'm gonna put it in the description so you can watch it. Maybe you can talk Dutch or understand it. And there's also some articles. It was on TV, it was a big thing, but now they took it down. The special Dutch broadcast program, they took it down. The special of this, there's only on YouTube. Just some couple of movies to find on this, but I'm gonna put them in the description. As you can see, above the window is the XX sign. This one has all kinds of symbols and all kinds of signs. It's too bad that this one is being fetched up right now, this building. It's probably gonna be some other kinds of companies going to move in here. It's really a big building. And not so far away from here is the old Freemason building, and I had to be there sometimes because of my line of work and security, and I went in and there's companies who rent it now, but they have many things still Freemasonry. Maybe I can drive there, it's just 2 minutes drive. I can show you that, and I'm done with showing the most important places in Nijmegen. Let me see if I can give you some more information. Oh yeah, also an old Philips CEO went to school here. Commandant of the army, Peter van studied here. Yeah. This was about it. You cannot see really good what's going on over here, so I'm gonna go to the Freemason building. I'm gonna show you that, and then I'm done with showing the buildings in Nijmegen. There are many cloisters and monasteries where businesses now, or people living in there, but they're not important as this one. So I'll see you right back for the Freemason lounge. Ciao! Alright, brothers and sisters, I just told you I was going to the Freemasonry house, the old one. But I forgot, there is this museum just where I parked my car. And this museum is constructed by the money of a Kam family. And he was an old iron trader, and he went from Rotterdam to Nijmegen, and he found some pots and pans of the Roman time, and he thought it was so interesting that he collected more and more. Well, at least that is the story. I don't really believe it, because if you're not religious or don't believe in occult heathen practices, you're not gonna be interested like that. So when this man died, his whole collection became a museum, and they built this house. I just got in, they are renovating it. It's gonna be open on Thursday every week. So when it's open, I'm gonna have a look again. As you can see, they have one of the emperors, that's Vespianus. Inside they have like a tree floor. In the middle it's open, and they have all the Roman emperors painted on there, the names. That is supposed to be a woman. I don't know, yeah, we cannot see that. We can see the wolf, the Romulus and Remus wolf, and the SPQR, and of course the Roman eagle. So it's just some private family who made this. It's nothing. Yeah, it's a government building right now, so it's protected. And let's see if I can show you on the side that seal over there. There's another seal. I think that one is Nero on the side. Yeah, he was some of the good guys, huh? Nero. How many people did he kill? How many? That is Nero, and that is maybe some universal goddess. And maybe on the other side there's another seal. Let me see. Let me walk to the other side, please. That little building also looks like it's part of it. As you can see, it's got all kinds of signs and signals on it. So it's not just a normal guy who built this. I don't believe it. See, they have the little pyramid on top of it. That looks also like some sort of god, as Saturn or something. And he's holding an owl or an eagle. I don't know. Well, and this house is also part of it. So he built this house next to it with the pyramid, and on the opposite, it's also a house with the Nijmegen eagle. So yeah, where's the eagle from? We now know from the Romans. And yeah, this part of town is stitched in occultism. Most of the leftist people and the ex-students, they go live here. But I don't like it, you know. I rather like the green area, nice and quiet. But everybody can choose where he wants to live, of course. So now we're gonna go to the old Freemason house. See you later. So, hello, I'm back. So now we are at the old Freemason St. Louis Order house, or lodge it's called, of course. As you can see on top, there's the Freemason symbol with the pentagram on it. And they have the sun windows and the pyramid on top. And I actually had to go in this house sometime, in this lodge. It's not in use anymore because the new lodge is a modern building. It's a little bit farther down the road. It's not so interesting to see. And yeah, my line of work, I had to be here to do check up on security because I work in security. There was an alarm going, so I had to go in a couple of times, and they still have the big room with the stars on top and the symbols with the sun and the Joachim and Boas, and there's some other companies who work here who rented the space. And the most significant I saw was on top of the floor there is a little bit of a hole in the ground, and they put a glass in there, like in the shape of a pyramid, and they can look through the glass, so they can look downwards to see what's going on. I don't know what use that is, but it was a little bit odd to me. And as you can see, this building is also a part of it, and that building, I don't know what that is, but you can see all kinds of signs and symbols over there also. You can see the, look at that, the Freemason logo in the windows. Of course there's lawyers and doctors in here, and architects, and oh wow, do you see that on top of that window? Isn't that the same symbol we saw in the Canisius College? Ooh, that's a coincidence. Next to the Freemason Lodge. Yeah, that's all coincidental. Of course it's not. It's to tell you who they are and what they do. I'm sorry for the sun, it's right in the wrong direction. And of course they have the Ukraine flag, the Nazi Ukraine flag. They have some kind of lion on there. Also the old door over here with the pyramid. Look at that, the lion. I don't know what that actually represents, but they got the fleur-de-lis above it. That's an old Babylonic symbol. Sorry for the music on the background. I don't know where it's coming from, somebody's house. So, and then, quite coincidentally, on the opposite, there is called now the Charlemagne College, but it used to call the St. Louis College, and it's still in use because they have to indoctrinate their little kids. Yeah, they always indoctrinating the little kids, brainwashing them with false theories like evolution. And look at this, of course they got the pyramids on here. Maybe I can ask if I go in. Let's see, I can always ask. Maybe some other buildings. Yeah, this is the area steeped in symbolism. Look over there, the entrance. You don't want to know what happened all over these buildings. Oh, this one is also renovated. That's all in the same block. And opposite of it, the school. To teach their ratio studiorum and be good little Catholic universal obedient slaves. Because when you go to university, you think you're smart, you get an education, you get a loan if your parents not rich, and most parents aren't, and then you have a loan, then you go work, and if you go into the agenda, they're just gonna cut you off, and then you have a debt, and then you are screwed. You cannot get a work anymore in which you are educated, and you got a big debt. So that's how they keep the people in order like that. And of course we know how the Freemasonry works with all their occult, how you call it, all their occult rituals. Yeah, they do rituals. Like if I tell something, they cannot tell anybody that they are a Freemason and those kind of things. So yeah, this is also part of Nijmegen. Isn't it all nice, eh? Golden earring on the background. Wow, the golden earring, the golden calf of when Moses came down the mountain of Sinai. They had the golden calf and they took all the gold, they melted it to a calf, like a golden earring. So that was it. Enjoy your day. Last stop in this series of Nijmegen Jesuits, Catholics and Freemasons. See you later. Bye bye.